Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to reverse a number in C. So without wasting any of your time, let's get this started. So the first question here is how to reverse a number. For example, let's take the number 1, 2, 3, and the reverse of this number is going to be 3, 2, 1. First step is to take the modulus division of 1, 2, 3 by 10. So why do we take the modulus division of 1, 2, 3 by 10? Whenever we divide any number by 10 and take its modulus division, we would get its remainder value. In this case, when 1, 2, 3 is divided by 10 and we took its modular division, it would return us its remainder value, that is 3. So when it returns the remainder value 3, we are going to store it in a new variable, say rem1. So inside rem1, we have the remainder of 1, 2, 3 when we took the modulus division of it by 10. The fourth step is going to be divide the number 1, 2, 3 by 10 so that we get its quotient value, that's 12. So what we did is we took the modulus division first, we divided the number by 10, we got its remainder, we stored the remainder in a new variable, and then we divided the number by 10 and then we got its quotient value. Now what we are going to do with this quotient value is we are going to take its modular division, same as the step 1. We are going to take its modular division, and when we take its modular division, it is going to return us its remainder, that is 2. And after it returns its remainder value, we are going to store the remainder in a new variable. We'll give it a name called remainder 2. So inside remainder 2, we have the modular division of the number 12. After we got the remainder value, we are going to reduce it. We're going to reduce 12 to 1. And how we're going to do is we're going to divide 12 by 10 and we get the quotient value, that is 1, right? And after we got 1, we are going to store 1 in another variable, say remainder 3. So inside remainder 3, we have the quotient value of the number 12. And after these all, we are going to join all the values from top, remainder 1, remainder 2, and remainder 3. And then we have its reverse, right? The second question is, how are we going to join the values? Here, the number 1, 2, 3, reverse is 3 to 1. The remainder 1 has a value of 3, remainder 2 has a value of 2, and remainder 3 has a value of 1. So when we add these all, remainder 1, remainder 2, and remainder 3, we get a value of 6 because these 3 are integers, not strings. So we cannot, join them all. So whenever we add them in C, they are going to sum up. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 becomes 6. So how are we going to deal with this? So we're going to create a new variable named sum. We will give its value as 0, and then we will multiply the sum by 10 and add the remainders one by one. What do I mean by that is we take sum, which has an initial value of 0, we multiply it by 10 and we add up each remainder one by one. So let's take the remainders and let's take the sum. Let's take the remainder in the left hand side, the sum in the right hand side, right? So the remainder is 3. So what we're going to do is sum equals to sum times 10 plus the remainder, right? Sum has an initial value of 0, so 0 times 10 is 0, and we add the remainder, that's 3. So sum has now changed from 0 to 3. In the second case, we have the remainder as 2. Since sum already has a value of 3, when we are going to apply the formula, when we are going to multiply it by 10 and add the remainder, the sum would have a value of 3. So 3 times 10 plus 2 would give us 32, or 32. At last we have the remainder 1. We have the value of sum as 32 or 32, and we are going to multiply 32 or 32 by 10 and we're going to add 1 to it. So we have 3, 2, 1. So now let's get straight into the coding part. So now here I am in Visual Studio Code. So first let's include the header file int main. I hope you all know this, and return 0. Right. So let's define a number int num. We're going to take this number in, enter a number to reverse. Let's scan this number, pressing D and ampersand num. We have the number inside of the scanner, right? So now what we're going to do is we are going to assign a new variable. We are not going to touch this num. We're going to make it a temporary another variable. Temp is equals to num, so that we keep the original as original and we just change the duplicate one, the temporary one. Now let's loop it. Let's loop while until when? Until the number becomes equals to 0. Until the number doesn't become 0, keep on looping. So what we are going to loop here is as I discussed earlier, we are going to take the modulus division, which would return us the remainder. So we'll make a remainder here, rem. So rem is equals to the number. We're using the duplicate one, temporary one, temp, ampersand 10. Here now we have the remainder value of the number. Then we are going to add it, so we'll need sum. So let's add sum. I told you that the value of sum initially should be 0, or else the program will keep the value of s as in garbage value. So sum is equals to sum times 10 plus remainder. This was our formula. Now we have the sum. The third step was to reduce the number divided by 10, so we get the quotient value. So temp equals to temp divided by 10. Save this. Now we have the remainder, sum, and temp. Let's see what the reverse value is. Printf. The original number is equals to %, and the reversed number is equals to %, and then add its value. So now the original number is num, we haven't touched it, and the new number is going to be the sum. The reverse number is going to be the sum, right? So now let's run this program and see if it works or not. So enter a number to reverse. So let's go with 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So we should get its reverse as 6 5 4 3 2 1. The original number is equals to 1 2 3 4 5 6, and the reverse number is 6 5 4 3 2 1. So this is my first ever video. If you enjoyed it, if you liked it, I have put a lot of hard work in this one. Do make sure to give me a like or subscribe, and then do check out my other videos. I post whenever I'm free, and thank you for watching till the end.